I know Greg and I talk a lot of crap, rightfully so, about Tony Khan and his booking of AEW, and we like to have a laugh at the Jaguars every now and then. Even though this year they kind of shocked the world and made it into the playoffs, they did not win. I thought that it would be kind of funny if they were able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but it didn't happen. But it was fun while it lasted, just seeing such a horrible team in the past go all the way to the playoffs at least, so that was funny. But, we've had enough laughs at Tony Khan for now. We're actually going to talk some nice about him a little bit here, because I have an article from WrestlingNews.co where, this is just cool, and I just want to talk about it real quick. We posted a video not long ago, me and Greg, memorializing Jay Briscoe and talking about our memories of him and how it sucks. Passing away young is always horrible, but this was not anything to do with him or his fault or anything. He was just, apparently he was just run off the road by accident by someone. I don't know if they weren't paying attention or what the thing was, but his vehicle, while he was driving his daughters to cheerleading practice, was run off the road, and I guess his daughters are still, at least one of them, is still in the hospital and regaining feeling in her lower extremities again, finally. And that's some good news. Unfortunately, Jay passed away in the car wreck. But this article, which I'm going to link in the video description from WrestlingNews.co, I wanted to talk about. The fundraiser to help Jay Briscoe's wife and kids is close to $300,000, and it's well past the initial goal. The family may be dealing with more medical costs as their daughters recover from their injuries in the coming weeks and months. If you'd like, you can donate by clicking here. I'll also link that down to the video description if you want to donate to help the Briscoe family. Tony Khan is also doing a lot behind the scenes to help the family, but he chose not to publicize it. On the latest What Happened When podcast, Conrad Thompson and Tony Schiavone discussed what Tony is doing to help Jay's family. Conrad Thompson said, quote, "I don't mean to betray any confidences, but let me just say this. There has been a lot of rumor and innuendo from really good sources that Tony Khan is who we thought he was, and he's going to do the right thing by the family as well. I don't think that he would necessarily want anybody to know that information, and we know it's not your place to talk about, but I will say that for all the criticism that gets thrown around at Tony this and Tony that, when the chips are down, he's a dude, man." Tony Schiavone added, quote, "Tony is a very demanding boss, and it makes at times the week very difficult, but listen, wrestling has always been difficult behind the scenes. Tony can be very demanding, as a boss can be, but because he is such a great person and such a genuine person and loves the wrestling business and takes care of his people, it's worth it working for him. It's worth the stress that we go through getting a show on because of the person that he is. I know a lot of people give Tony a hard time, but the people that give Tony a hard time, basically online, are human beings not worth a fuck. There has been a huge outpouring of public support from people in and out of the wrestling business. Among the top donors to the Briscoe/Pugh, I think it's pronounced Pugh, fundraiser is Chris Jericho. He donated $15,000. The Young Bucks and the Steen family, Kevin Owens, each donated $10,000. And there were large donations from many others, including Brian Last from Jim Cornette's podcast, Pro Wrestling Tees' Ryan Barkin, Jim Cornette, and Dax Harwood. Again, if you'd like, you can donate to the fundraiser by clicking here. Again, I'm linking that down in the video description. Again, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. It really just, it eats away at you. The day that we found out he passed, I was texting Greg about it, and he said something about Jay just made it seem like he was immortal, and you kind of wish at times like this that he was. You know, when he never made it to the big stage, quote-unquote, of AEW or WWE. I really wish he would have, him and Mark. He was such a great wrestler from all accounts I've heard, and from my very short interaction with him. He was a great guy. I guess they shut down schools in his hometown that he lived in when they found out that he had passed away. Just a big outpouring of support for his family. I'm sure they're all hurting right now. So rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. And if you have anything to spare and you want to help out his family with costs at this time for a funeral and for their medical expenses, you can donate to that link down below. And we can get through this as a wrestling community all together and also help to get Jay Briscoe's family all through this together.